the webinar. This is Scott Pierce at Listings to Leads, and in this webinar, we are going to cover the market update email from your Listings to Leads account. It looks something like this, although it can be modified and customized. And what's awesome about this email is it's a templated email that really takes the best of both, or takes the best of a custom email, right, that you would prepare specifically for your database, versus kind of a lot of these canned emails that go to your database and are pretty worthless. And it also combines the best of a template, right, that's super easy to send out, so that you have an email that is both custom and templated, providing great information for your area like this. And these things generate leads like crazy. All right, so I can use this in BombBomb, MailChimp, LionDesk, WiseAgent. I'm going to actually show you how to do this using WiseAgent so you can see how easy it is. But this email lets people know a little bit about the current market, lets them know that it has affected their home's value. That's going to a property valuation plus landing page where they can get their new home value estimate based on the information you gave them above in the email. The second call to action lets them go to your agent listing website where they can see your listings, all the lead links back to your website or different landing pages on the left-hand side. If you got your client reviews coming in from Zillow, which we'll talk about, they'll appear over here. And of course, we know how when they get to one of your listings, we got the automated lead capture coming up, so lots of awesome stuff right there. And then the third part of the email, well, the third of fourth. If you got your client reviews coming in from Zillow into Listings to Leads, then this will appear automatically. If you don't have any client reviews coming in from Zillow, then this will not even be here. So if you don't have your reviews coming in from Zillow into Listings to Leads, then don't worry about it, but I will show you how to do that if you do have client reviews on Zillow. And then it's got your Listings to Leads email signature. All right, so this email, so easy to create, so easy to use, and it is so very powerful. All right, so it's going to generate seller leads, listings, buyers out of your database and help grow your business. All right, so let's get into Listings to Leads. Here I am into my Listings to Leads account, and go to the landing page tab. So click on landing pages. We'll let that come up. Now you can do this using any property valuation plus landing page, but I'm going to show you using free home values, because the landing page free home values has a free custom vanity URL for you to use. All right, so this is the landing page that we're going to use to do this. But before we actually do it, I'm going to show you how to get your client reviews coming in from Zillow and how to make sure you got that set up. All right, so I'm going to click on the profile icon and go to my profile. And once you're in the profile, I'm going to go to preferences. And this is where, if you've got client reviews on Zillow and you'd like them to pull into Listings to Leads, check that box and then go ahead and put the Zillow login email right here. All right, that's all you have to do. And what that will do is that will pull in your client reviews from Zillow. It's going to attach them to all of your listing tools, all the marketing and lead gen tools for all your listings. And it's going to also put them in some of the different landing pages at the end. All right, so it's really, really awesome way to get those client reviews from Zillow out into the marketplace a lot more for people to see, and it really helps generate leads for you. All right, so make sure you got that checked in the profile. Again, I went here to profile, I clicked on preferences, and I just checked show Zillow reviews, and I made sure that email right there was the email I logged into Zillow with. All right, you only have to do that one time, and that will pull in your client reviews from Zillow going forward. The second thing I want you to do, and again, this is a one-time thing only, on the listing dashboard. I mentioned your agent listing website is in there, in that email. And if you got a client review if you got your client reviews coming in, that will be in the email. So if you click this, you can give yourself a custom vanity URL like this. And you'll notice I put in my area name under custom vanity URL. So I put it in Granite Bay. I selected one of the domains. And this gives me a really nice standalone listing website. Again, just like we looked at earlier, showing off all my listings, all my lead links on the left-hand side, and it's got all my client reviews again on the right. So this is a really nice thing I can post to Facebook on its own. And you'll see here, if I go to Facebook, I'll just go to one of my unbranded community pages. And I'll drop that link in there just so you can see what it looks like on its own. So this is a link that a lot of people like to use. And if I don't like this graphic, I can upload a different one. I can click that symbol and upload a different graphic. Right, so if you kind of put that on Facebook, I'll just show what that looks like here as a Facebook post. That's the agent listing website. I'll just scroll down, we'll find that post right here. So this by itself is a nice post, but that's automatically included in the market update email that goes out to your database. And the second one I mentioned was the client review website. Similar to the agent listing website, give yourself a custom vanity URL. In this case, for the client review website, I put my name. All right, so I put Scott Pierce. Again, I chose one of the domains and click Save. And similar to the agent listing website, as we already saw, I get a client review website. Let me just show you this one. If I scroll back up to my unbranded community page, and I just paste in the link. So anytime someone leaves you a review, do a better job than this, right? Be a little bit better, but just for a demo of how that looks when you post that as a standalone post. And then if I scroll down now, you'll see this one, right? Tag the person that left the review for you. People can like this, they can comment, right? It'll appear on the person's news feed and all their friends will see it because you tagged them, right? So Vince just got a notification that I left a post where I commented or I mentioned him in my post. He's gonna see it, he'll probably leave a comment, his friends can leave a comment, and when they click on the image, boom, the client review website comes up, all right? So I wanna show you the agent listing website and the client review website because A, they're part of the market update email, and B, they work awesome as standalone posts and tools within the Listings to Leads system, all right? So let's get back to the market update email. Again, like we mentioned earlier, just click on landing pages. And what we've done already, that's a one-time thing only. So if you've already done that, don't go doing it again, all right? Just a one-time thing, should take about 2 minutes to do, and you're done with that. So again, free home values, click on edit, bring up the edit section. And what we want is email and print. So I'll click email and print on the left-hand column. And again, similar to the agent listing website, the client review website, you get to choose a custom vanity URL. So in this case, I've got California. I chose freehomevalues.net and saved. Again, don't change that every month, leave it as is. You can also put in a vanity, if you want to use a different landing page like a Property Valuation Plus, then you can get a forwarding domain like this. And if you see here, I'll come over here. I'll put that domain in. And what I did is I forwarded this domain to one of my Property Valuation Plus landing pages here like this. If I bought the domain at GoDaddy and I just forwarded it to my Property Valuation Plus landing page, and I put that right here. And so instead of using this domain, I'm using this one. So it's up to you. So here's the deal. Every month I just come in here. And if you're using Market Snapshot, Market Insider, your lender sends you, right? The lender should be sending you the market update for April here shortly. Just get what they send you, drop it into this box for the area. So I might change this to 3.5%. I just like to update this every month. All right, click save. And that's, you get the newsletter for your database. You can drag that down a little bit to see it better. So you can see all those edits we just made it in the box above appear here. Here's the rest of the template. Somebody asked about the dimensions. You know, I'm not really sure, Marco. You could use Snagit or whatever and just kind of see, just take a screenshot of this and see what the dimensions are, and then create one. Yeah, and then you can upload it here, kind of reconfigure it. That's why it's in an editor. But it looks to be about like 450, 500 pixels wide and maybe 200 to 250 in depth. All right, so you can change these graphics if you want to. Kind of play around with that if you like. But once you've updated the box here, once I've updated this and click save, this is ready to use. All right, so you'll see there's a letter also in the editor, so I can edit the letter. And I got the email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the code right here for the email. Code was copied successfully. I'm going to go to WiseAgent, and I'll show you how to do this using WiseAgent. All right. So again, a lot of our clients use BombBomb, LionDesk, MailChimp, Constant Contact, whatever, right? Any email program can do this. If you are using an email program different than this and you don't know how to do this, just ask their support, how do I send out an HTML email? When I show you how to do this, I think you'll realize, as everybody else does, like, oh, that was easy. So in WiseAgent, I just go to email contacts, let the next page come up. Give yourself a subject line. All right. Now, use of emojis. You can use emojis in an email subject line. A lot of people don't know that. But here's the thing. You got to be really careful with them. You may want to talk to your email slash CRM, which emojis are supported. All right. So you see, I added a couple of emojis there. I know a couple that don't work. For example, the emoji of people. This one here, if I were to use that emoji of the family, what would happen is each one of these family members, there's 4 of them, will be a larger head. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4 heads staring back at you here. It looks kind of weird. So the heart's pretty safe. I'll check out on the graph. We'll see how that works. But my point is, if you can, use 1 or 2 emojis in your subject line because it really makes it pop. But confirm with either 1 or 2 things. Confirm with your CRM or email provider that the emojis work. And secondly, send yourself a test email and see how it looks when it comes through on your email. All right. So this is the editor within WiseAgent. So if there's anything in there, just delete it. And here's the $1 million point. You see that source button? Every email editor has this, all right? Sometimes the source button is either in the top left or the bottom right, typically. But watch what happens. I'm gonna click it, click in the editor and just paste that code, right? So all that code right there. Click source again, and there's our email. Literally that easy. I can click preview. The only problem with the preview is it's not going to show us the subject line. But preview is nice because I want to come in here and I want to try to read this from the perspective of the person getting it, right? And then I'll just click on these graphics, make sure they're working. Nothing worse than sending out an email only to find out that your links don't work. All right, so everything looks good. So this is the preview. So in Wise Agent, there's a little preview button here. I can send, but first we got to select everybody. So I'm just going to select all, click send. And that will send my email, just kind of cycling through in the Wise Agent. And it's getting the job ready. And let me go over to my email. And as soon as Wise Agent cycles through, I will open up my email and I will show you. There we go. All right, cool. Both those graphics worked. So even though Wise Agent is still kind of cycling through its thing, here's the email. Now what's cool is, right, people click on the graphics, right, they're taken to the property valuation landing page, my agent listing website, my client review website, so all that's awesome. And I saw in the subject line, I see the graph and the heart, looks good. So those work. And let me show you, now this isn't really so relevant for Wise Agent necessarily, but if I wanted to add, like if I'm using BombBomb, you see this more with BombBomb. If I want to add a video, right, I can put a video in here. I can edit it once I'm in Wise Agent even, I can edit it more. All right, so if you got a particular font you like, you know, maybe there's a different kind of font that you want to use. Right, so once I drop it into Wise Agent or BombBomb or MailChimp or LionDesk, you can still edit it a little bit more and, you know, make sure your branding and make sure everything is perfect the way we like to send out your emails. All right, but I got an awesome email. The email is going to engage my database. It's going to be appropriate for buyers and sellers. It's going to be appropriate for everyone in the area. So a couple of points is, I wouldn't try to do this. Let me bring this back here. I wouldn't try to do this for every tiny little area within your sales area. I know sometimes if you, you know, most agents, right, you're going to have multiple sales areas that you work. Try to do it for your whole larger, greater area. Right, like where I live, I might do Placer County, I might do Greater Sacramento, right? So I wouldn't try to do one for Granite Bay, one for Folsom, one for Roseville. I could, that's up to you, but you know, don't bite off more than you can chew, all right? One of our clients did, he did Greater Sacramento area, and yeah, he just killed it, all right? So you don't need to do it for every tiny little area. This is just meant to be it's meant to be something that engages your database, provides value, and has a ton of lead capture. All right, a lot of call to actions and a lot of lead capture there. All right. So, any questions on this? It's super easy. We've been at this now for 20 minutes, and I really don't have much more to say on this, except A, do it, and B, let me know if you have any questions. Everybody good to go? Am I that good? We have quite a few people on the call today. Good to see everybody. I'm gonna start calling some of you out if you don't send me some questions. When is the replay available? In the next hour. And let me see here. Darcy, any questions? Andrew? Donna? Eric. Oh, wow. Eric, good to see you, man. Gary, good to see you. Kevin, all right, and Kim. Oh, wow, people. Mike. Robert, all right. Will, looking at you, Will. Any questions on this? Let me ask you, now that you've seen the webinar, in fact, I'm already getting leads from that email. So where will the replay be? I'll post it in the mastermind group. Karen, are you in the mastermind group? You think so? Let me see, because I did this. I'm starting to try to do this. And let's see. So there's a heading, if you go to our support center webinars, and so for the one from last Thursday, you will see listing landing pages, down payment assistance, and you'll see examples of a landing page here. And the reason I'm showing you this is I'm gonna start trying to do all the webinars like this, where I do a support post with a little bit more of an explainer. So stop renting, start owning. So in the webinar, I go through how to create all of these. I want to give examples of Facebook ads and posts using them, all right? And you'll see the webinar down here. And so I'm going to try to do this for this webinar and for all of our webinars going forward. And that way I think it'll provide a little bit more, just a little more of a background or information for people, a little bit more help. The whole webinar is going to be here, right at the bottom. That's the entire essential landing pages to grow your business webinar right here. You see it's an hour and 2 minutes long. But what I did is I also kind of came up here and just a little bit of information, right? Try to put a little bit more context. Where is this link? It's now in your hands. I will put that in the GoToWebinar control panel. Let's see if I can send that to everybody. There we go. Awesome. All right, so for any of you that are on this webinar that have never done this before, do you see how easy this is? How powerful it is? Right, you can see, right, how this will generate listings out of your database. This thing literally generates buyers out of your database. Because people, right, they get to the agent listing website or the client review website, if you've got it there, they start looking at your listings, they start clicking on the links on the left-hand side, all right? Yeah, this is such an awesome email. And Karen, the really powerful thing about it is you can use it just straight up as is. I mean, you don't have to do anything, and we really recommend that you don't do much to it for the most part. Now, Karen, I think, and forgive me if I'm maybe confusing you with somebody else, but I think you do quite a bit of email marketing, don't you? Right? I think you got a pretty nice email that you send to your database. I think I've seen your emails before. You can take this and you can add your stuff into it, right? Whether you want to do it, you know, in here or not this box, but in the editor, I can start adding things in here, right? You know, did you know that there is a, I don't know why I'm here about ice cream. Right. So my point is you can just add stuff like this into it, or once you drop it into Wise Agent or whatever email program you're going to use. Maybe you've got everything in BombBomb. Then you can surround the email or include with the email other things, right, relating to your branding, relating to content you want to send to your database. But one of the cool things about why this works so well is it's almost like playing a plain email. And when they get the email, in fact, let me bring this back out again. We got people emailing me. And let me bring it out. There we go. In a second, I'll find that email. There we go. Let me pull it back out, bring it back over. You know, it's meant to be a very kind of a plain text email with the graphics where you can't miss the graphics, right? Because we're going to see this homes for sale. Now you can call it whatever subject line you want, but then they see, oh, there's a little bit of information about the area, right? The text right there is bolded and larger on purpose. We got the graphics. So if you're going to kind of add to this, we recommend you don't add too much to it, because if you start putting too much in here, it just dilutes the call to actions, all right? That should make sense to everybody, right? We don't want to overload this email with so much information that it really becomes kind of untenable as far as trying to get through it and get to your call to actions and get to the lead capture, all right? The goal here isn't to share zucchini bread recipes, right? The goal here is to engage our database with information that's relevant to them that will help facilitate action on their part. And of course, that action being get a free home buy. And also, people are going to, I didn't say this yet, people are going to email you back directly. All right, I've already gotten 2 emails directly back from people since we've been sitting here. All right, this just went out like 2 or 3 minutes, and this has already gotten a couple of people emailing me back. All right, so people are going to respond back to you. They're going to go to your lead capture, and they're just going to have greater visibility into making sure that they know you are a real estate agent. All right. All right. So at this point, I'm just talking and I'm just reiterating things, not really adding much value. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to go. Marco, you good? Thumbs up. Perfect. Peter, Robert, multiple Roberts on the call for all of you. All right, everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any questions, get yourself into the mastermind group. If you got support questions, click on support in your account, and we will talk to you soon.